Be excellent to each other and party on. We're back for another Legacy League, and today we're playing Bant Beach with Plagon, Lord of the Beach, and with a built-in Nadu combo. So Nadu can be triggered by either Plagon you target, or you can target with Shaman En Kor as many times as you want at instant speed, even during your opponent's turn, so you can just get so many Nadu triggers. I had been playing Stoneforge Mystic with Shuko to trigger Nadu, but I figured let's go all in on Nadu and let's see what the total possible upside of Nadu is when we have something that can target for free, and we also have something that can pay 1 blue or 1 white to target as well and get Nadu triggers. So this is a Delighted Halfling deck. Delighted Halfling is incredibly powerful in Legacy because it comes out turn 1 and then enables really powerful 3-mana plays such as Plagon and Nadu. We have all the control trappings that we'd normally have in a Bant control deck. We've got the 4 forces, we've got the 4 plows, we've got the 3 prismatic endings. I even threw in a couple wastelands and a daze, so we have kind of a 5th force of will functionally. And we have a way to deal with Urza Sagas, Cavern of Souls, other problematic lands. I mean, Tabernacle is a nightmare. Caracas is a nightmare against our decks, and so many of our creatures are legendary. Also worth noting, we ourselves are playing Caracas. This has been a powerful addition to the deck. I cut the basic forest. That does mean we can't cast Delighted Halfling under a Blood Moon, and Nadu can pitch to force, so it's not that big a deal if we can't cast Nadu. We can still win with whatever material we have on the table, but in the sideboard, I do have Harbinger of the Seas, and it may come up where we're casting a Harbinger of the Seas and we won't have any way to cast Nadu or Delighted Halfling for the rest of the game. However, in most matchups where I'm casting Harbinger of the Seas, I just beat down with whatever material I have on the table, and I can usually win that way. We do have a basic plains and a basic island, so we can prismatic ending for 3, and we're playing a full 3 prismatic endings. One of the reasons I went up to 3 is during the Legacy 2K that I top 8'd over the weekend, I encountered a lot of situations where a Bowmasters would come out and it'd just be really hard to deal with, and I just wanted to have another reliable way to deal with Bowmasters. Bowmasters is not that big of a deal usually for this deck, unless they catch you off guard, because all the creatures have greater than 1 toughness. We're not playing Nomad En Kor, we're not playing Noble Hierarch, anything that dies to Bowmasters, so we can reliably cast our spells out. And as long as we're careful about when we cantrip or when we crack clues or when we cast Plagon, we should be okay to not lose creatures to Bowmasters. Let's go to the sideboard. We've got 3 Grafdigger's Cage for Oops All spells, and for Reanimator, we've got 3 blast effects. It doesn't matter whether you play Blue Elemental Blast or Hydroblast in this deck. We don't use our graveyard, and I like to mix them up. And I also love the art on the original Blue Elemental Blast. So we've got 3 of those effects for Moonstompy. We've got 3 Consigned to Memory, also pretty good against Moonstompy and really good against Eldrazi. Then we've got the 2 Harbingers and 4 Force of Negation. I'm not messing around with combo decks. These came up so many times during the Legacy 2K when I was up against decks like Sneak and Show, for example. It's just good to have more forces in your deck. So I'm going to play the full 4. We can certainly support it. We've got tons of blue cards. So we're going to play a full 5 rounds. As always, see you in round 1. Round 1, we're up against a likely blue-black Reanimator player on the play. So this hand is Delighted Halfling, and then assuming they don't waste us, which they don't usually, we have Prismatic Ending, Plow, Shaman to take care of business. We would have to fetch a Trop here to get Delighted Halfling out. Then we have Tamio. We have removal. I like Plow in this matchup. If they go for the big thing, that could be a problem. But next turn, we do have Tamio plus the ability to flip Tamio. I'm going to keep her. And we'll see whether a Wasteland completely ends our career here. And it could be that I'm just being greedy, keeping such a Mana-Light hand. Like if they force this and they Wasteland, we're in the dumps. Okay. We have Brainstorm to find another one. And like I said, we can Tamio and flip her immediately. And they don't have like exile-based removal, so I think that's fine. Not getting clues, but we can use the Brainstorm under. Okay, Bolt. Okay, so they're not on Reanimator. That's a little bit of relief. I mean, they're almost certainly on some sort of aggro deck. Okay. So now the question becomes, do we want to just Brainstorm to find land? I think we do. And then we can waste if absolutely necessary, but I don't like wasting here. All right, don't whiff deck. I got 20 lands in this deck. 9 fetches. All right, this is not great. I don't think we want this, but if I mill this, they know what's up. I think the way forward is we archive this turn. Next turn, we wasteland, and then Plagon. That doesn't seem super strong. They may play something that we need to waste or to plow, because we have lots of plows. So the card I want to protect the most that actually does something is Plagon, and the card I care about least is Shaman. So I think I am going to probably mill the Shaman here. And if we find a Nadu later, great. But we're on the... let's go ahead and graveyard that. We are hoping to draw land here, because usually these types of decks that our opponent plays, like blue-black or black-red aggro, they often do play some sort of wasteland effect. Okay, interesting. They could be on Grixis control, which would be great for us. I think it's fine to just float the Tamiyo out there, because if we get a Plagon trigger, it's going to be better. And if they're holding up Bowmasters, we would definitely want to know about it before we commit. But like these lands, everything I'm seeing so far is telling me Grixis control. The James Kisao special. Okay, no wasteland yet. That's great for us. So it is a little... that's fine. That doesn't affect us. It's a good card. So they've been diligently holding up Bowmaster mana, which means we're going to really need to draw a land if I'm going to want to Plague in here. Halfling is pretty fantastic. I think the play is go ahead and go in with Tamiyo first. We created a clue successfully. Now... I'm not going to go to the land. I think it's a mistake to ever go off after like non-tech lands with this deck. We can always use mana for stuff. And now we have next turn uncounterable Plagon with Plow to deal with their Bowmaster. Okay, we're getting some movement. Island. Okay, it is Grixis. It's fine. So they know I'm on Nadu because I bin this. So there's no mystery for them. It's just that when they see this, they're like, why is that? Like some people might play this as a 5th Nadu trigger activator thing. So I want to activate my clue here, but I am concerned that Bowmaster comes down and gets to actually take out my halfling, and I don't want that to happen. So I'm going to wait a turn. Wasteland. Okay. So now we can't keep up double. We can waste them a bunch and force them to Bowmaster, but they actually have, if they're playing the James Kisao list, they have tons of basics in their deck. So I don't think Wasteland is going to be a path to victory there. So the options are, one, we can just play again and then Plow and hope that they don't have a force in addition. Because if they do have it would be a 2-for-1. If I can just wait with these clues, I might be able to bait out. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to bait out by plowing, and yeah, maybe they'll kill my halfling. Okay. I am going to attempt to crack a clue here. So hopefully this is the only Bowmaster. It comes in. All right. So I was correct that there was a Bowmaster. Okay. Now we're going to lose the halfling, unfortunately, because they're almost certainly going to force this. Force negation would be a beating if they have it. Oh, do they have another? They have another. Oh no. Yeah, we're going to lose the halfling. That's a bummer, but they did have to expend a lot of resources here. Yeah, and had we had Wasteland up, we can cut them off. Wait, a Snapcaster Mage for Lightning Bolt? Is that what I see happening? That's not a big deal. Lightning Bolt's the only thing in their yard that they can use here. Yeah, I guess if we had wasted them, we could have done more. They are going to take out our Tamiyo, which is totally fine. That's a 2-for-1. They got a 2-for-1 as well. Another Plagon. Okay. So now we're clear for takeoff with Plagon. I'm actually going to get an extra draw trigger here. I'm going to play this out first. And now we can draw a ton of cards and pull really far ahead. So we draw 3 cards without worrying about Bowmaster. Boom. Restocked. Take that, stock up. You know what's better than like getting 2 cards? Getting 3. And we got the Shaman out. We're just looking for a Nadu and we can win. We still haven't gotten land, but I don't think it matters. I don't think James Kisal plays any land disruption. They don't have particularly good attacks. If they attack, I'm not going to block because I'll assume that they have another Bowmasters in hand. So they can get a free attack on us. Starting next turn, we can start aggroing them, though. I do want to... Yeah, that's a play you can make. So if we block with Orc Army here... Okay, let's... Hear me out. We don't mind if we lose this Plagon. I can get them to go ahead and Bowmaster to try to take out Plagon, thinking that's important, but it's not. Okay, and it worked. Wait, what is this? Oh, yeah, Kaito. Yeah, that sucks. They got Snapcaster back. All right, so we can kill Kaito next turn. Yeah, I'll just attack Kaito and kill him. Yeah, so they are getting a card off of this. Okay. All right. So I think we are pretty priced into just killing Kaito here. Ooh, Nadu. Let's just win instead, shall we? White, colorless. Play this out. Colorless, blue, green, Nadu. Now we just need to get a bunch of lands. There's nothing they can do here. We get some lands. We can attack this. We're not going to be able to kill Kaito this turn, unfortunately, but we have so many blockers. It's fine. Oh, so many clicks. Okay. Let's just keep going. Looking for more lands. Force is good. Prismatic Ending is fine. We do need a mana to get Plagon doing our thing. Got 34 cards on our deck. I'm just going to keep shredding. I want to get more lands. Okay. So we have two options. One, we can... I think we just go ahead and attack here. So I'm going to go get a land. Okay, and they scoop. All right. So yeah, that would have taken a while to click through, but basically we were going to knock Kaito down to 1 loyalty, and they would still be able to stun something, but they wouldn't be able to attack in. Yeah, that felt powerful. Okay. Sideboard. Well, we're bringing in the Blast. I think that's all we bring in. Cards that come out. Plow's not spectacular against them, but they do have a lot of... Oh, I'm going to take out the daze. I think I just take out one of the wastelands too. They're not going to be attacking us on that axis. Prismatic Ending is actually pretty good because they do play at least one Tamio. And I'll take out a Force. Forces aren't great here. Maybe we keep the land in just because we don't want to go too low on mana, and we trim another Force. I think that's probably okay. So we did go down on counter magic, but again, we've got Hydroblasts, which stop their Pyroblasts, and also, I mean, this is a turn 3 win if we find land. I'm definitely going to keep this. I like the double plow for Bowmaster, Brainstorm to fix. Okay, I don't think we respect with basics. I think we go get the Trop here. And then I'll just start with the planes. No, I'm going to Trop into Tamio here. They may play Blood Moon or something like that, but if they were planning that angle, they wouldn't have started with this Surveillant. I don't think they probably would have tried to shuffle it away. Yeah, so we're going to put some early pressure on them and hopefully bait their interaction so that we have a clear path to Shaman En Kor next turn. Okay, 2 mana. Thoughtseize. That's unfortunate. Can't do anything about that. They're going to take Nadu, probably. They could also take Shaman En Kor, but I don't think this is strong because Nadu is a good creature. Shaman's a terrible creature. They're tanking for quite a while. I could understand them taking Brainstorm as well because we don't have another land. But, I mean, I think it's probably foolhardy not to interact with the combo. Okay, they did take the Brainstorm. They may have another Thoughtseize. Probably a Bolt for our Tamio, just trying to take all the gas out of our sails. Yeah, that works. There's one for one. Okay, so we drew another Tamio, which I do think we go ahead and play out. I think it's better than... Well, if we play Shaman En Kor, they'll almost certainly bolt it. Will they? They might not. I want Tamio out so I have something forward momentum-wise I can do. If they have a Bowmaster, you know, we've got the open plow mana, so we are going to remove whatever they attempt to do here. Like if they have Barragoyf in their hand or anything like that. Shieldred's Edict, okay. Another 1 for 1. We take those. So I suspect they have a Pyro or something. Well, I'm going to go ahead and play this. And we do have Force of Will. I don't want to force because they have Pyro, but like heaven forbid they play some card that we really can't deal with. All right, they've got a ton of mana up. I have to assume. All right, well, I think we go for it and make them have it. I'm just gonna get an island just in case there's a Blood Moon in our future. Oh, I can't get an island with this card. Never mind. I think the odds of them not being able to stop it are low. They know it's coming. They could bolt this in response, but then we're still stuck. They're still left fighting Nadu. Okay, yeah, they had it. I don't think we attack here just in case they have a Bowmaster, because we could just rip another Nadu, and 1 damage probably doesn't matter, because that'd be the easiest Bowmaster in the world. But as long as we have these 2 plows, I mean, they are going to win through creature-based damage. I am a little worried about Kaito. This is fine. They may double Bowmaster here. Yeah, they're going to double Bowmaster, and we'll just double plow next turn to clear these. And then they'll be Hellbent, and we will be too. But they've already used 2 of their best cards in the matchup. They will have this Orc Army, so it's not nothing. We could take them off red. I think that's worth doing. And I am just going to go ahead and take them off these, just to minimize the likelihood of them being able to force, because I don't want to live under the specter of these. Yeah, so they can hit me for 2 this turn. So we're not favored. They drew a land, which I don't think they want, but they do have access to red again. Okay, no Kaito. That's good. All right. All right, we're chilling. And we could very much lose this game. They've had answers to everything we've done so far. A Baragoyf off the top, I have to force that. Murktide, like all that stuff. Let's set this free. I'm going to do it with this just in case they draw a Halfling. And if they have the other Bowmaster, I will go ahead and just force it. Not going to live in that world. Okay, so we get our Brainstorm. All right, so we don't want the Shaman. I don't really want either of these. I think we could put these back. We want action. I think the best action we can draw is probably a Tamio at this point. And I mean, I don't like shuffling away half our combo, but Nadu is definitely the better of the 2 combo cards. I am going to go ahead and do this now. What if they have opposition agent? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do it now. Archive. It's going to stay on top. That will have to be answered, and it may be a 2-for-1. And at the very least, it's a win con. So again, I feel good having worked through 3 of their Orcish Bowmasters. But if they have like a Snapcaster, that's probably game. Green, blue, Nadu. Oh, we're going to get a 2-for-1. That much is assured. Fetching. Oh, we're not assured because they can Shielder's Edict if they have Snapcaster. So what do we get? We get a Prismatic Ending, which is not the worst. Okay, so that was a 2-for-1. We can Prismatic End the Orc Army to take the heat off. They've worked through 2 of our 4 Nadus. But we still have lots of other stuff we're drawing too. Oh, that's unfortunate. All right. Well, they're Hellbent again. I'm just going to hold this. Just in case they draw a Thoughtseize. I want them to use it. Okay. We don't have a lot of time left. Gosh, they drew the 3rd Bowmasters. This is probably GG. This card is just like really strong against us. And we spent all our resources reacting to what they were doing. Oh, plow is good. So we plow and we have 1 turn to survive. They could draw. Yeah, I'm just going to plow here. I'm not going to live in the world. Like, I'll deal with this Orc Army through some other means. I don't want them to top deck a force and be able to protect it. All right, we're at 1. They probably have some reactive spell in hand. Shaman doesn't do it. It does keep us alive for a turn, so I'm going to play it out. If we find, I'm pretty sure. But like Plagon is the best draw in our deck probably because it can block Orc Army and it can also draw us a card. They chose not to shuffle, so we're dead. It's just a matter of time. They probably have like a Pyroblast in the hand or something or on top. But they know what their top cards are. Strix, that is also a lethal threat. So we need to Plagon into a plow. Yep, they grounded us out. They didn't even have to use Snapcaster that time. They just used 4 freaking Bowmasters that we all had to like. They were all 2-for-1s. Like every Bowmaster was like either buffing the guy or one I force pitched to counter. Okay, so on the play, They're probably not going to respect daze, but they have so much mana, I don't think it's correct to bring daze back in. Yeah, I think we have the right number of forces in our deck. I'm just going to run it back. Those wastelands were pretty bad, but it is mana, and we can do stuff with colorless mana. I think it's fine. I'm going to keep it. It's not completely dead. There might be a situation where a wasteland can get them off balance. We did cut them off a color temporarily. This is a snap keep. And we're just going to hope that Tamiyo sticks around for a turn, which is extremely unlikely, but I'm not going to wait around. We do need to take the initiative here. All right, let's Tamiyo. Next turn we can surveil land. This is almost certainly going to die. They have probably 10 spells in their deck that say Tamiyo dies. Bolts, fatal pushes. Oh, wow. Okay, well, it is going to be a 2-for-1. Yeah, but between Bolt, Fatal Push, Pyroblast, I think Tamiyo has like no chance, but she's drawing removal that would be used on other things. Best draw on her deck is probably like a Hydroblast or something. Hear me out. I'm thinking just attack with Tamiyo because we don't really want... We can see whether we want to keep these. They could have Snuff Out. I'm going to go to combat first. I think it's highly likely that we're going to have to deal with a Bowmaster this game. At least one. We could just take the clue now, but I think it's fine to leave it around and figure it out later. I want to go ahead and ponder here, and then we can decide whether we want to shuffle. I don't think they're going to daze us. I mean, these are all good cards. I don't want to shuffle them away. Tamiyo's the least useful right now, but she could be useful later. I want to keep Nadu on top of my deck in case they do have a Thoughtseize, because they'll almost certainly take it. And then, I mean, we could just flip her now, but they do have Pyroblast. Well, Pyroblast is less frequently a problem. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. I'm going to get rid of these cantrips while I can. And this might provoke a force. Okay. We have the combo. That is fantastic. So I'm going to keep Tamiyo on the bottom. We're not going to be able to immediately use the combo. We're going to do it over like 2 or 3 turns. So I'm going to keep Nadu here, and I'm going to put there. And now she flips, and we'll just plus her, and we'll pass. 9 minutes on the clock to their 16. Okay, they're using cantrips very aggressively here, trying to probably find like Shielder's Edict or something like that would be pretty good. That is one of the better cards in their deck against our deck because we have Nadu, we've got Tamiyo. Next turn is going to be a Shaman En Kor turn, and then the following turn will probably be Plagon, or depending on what they take with Thoughtseize, if they Thoughtseize us, it'll be Plagon or Nadu. Obviously, it's good to bait with Plagon because that is a draw 2, and like I think they'd be remiss not to address it. They might have a Pyroblast. Top card is another Tamiyo. I think we want to keep it, so I'm just going to Shaman here. I would really be sad if they Blood Wound. I would have no recourse for that. We are going to plus here, even though we know that they have Pyroblast in their deck, just because we also know that they have Bowmaster, and we don't want Bowmaster to get a free lunch on our Tamiyo. But next turn, we will minus and get a Ponder. But maybe they're respecting the fact that I might go all the way with Tamiyo, but I wouldn't do that generally. I don't think that's correct with this deck. I think you just get your value where you can. Also, the fact that they have Bowmasters basically makes doing this extremely dangerous. Even with Plow, they could have Force. Okay, there's red mana, so now they are threatening Pyro. Douthie, well, that's not a big deal. I do think we go ahead and Plow that, though. Instep to be mana efficient. They might have a Spell Pierce. If they do, I'm happy that they're using it here. Okay. All right, you gain some life. Now, we have a Tamiyo here. I'm going to go ahead and regrow. I think we can go for Nadu here. They're tapped out of Blast. They'll have to Force. If Nadu resolves, the game just ends. Okay. Fatal Push there. That's fine. So they would have done that with Plaguing out anyway. I'm going to regrow a Plow. I think that'll be relevant. Then I'm going to go ahead and put a Tamiyo out. I'll get my island here just in case of Blood Moon. And next turn we can minus, and we can also Plaguein. And now Nadu is, insulated against Shielder's Edict because we can just do that with Tamio. Brainstorm. And Plagon can, of course, target Nadu. So we'll be able to get some triggers. I think most likely they're just digging for some sort of tool to use to remove Nadu. So we'll just get one trigger. Fetching. Brainstorming again. They've got 7 cards in their hand. It's like an insane amount of options that they're looking at right now. Plagon draws 3 cards, which would be insane. And again, he'll proc the other Tamio. But it is risky to minus Tamio first because there will be a window where Plagon's on the stack and Shielder's Edict is live. Okay. Now that they've played their land for turn, I don't think we have to worry too much about it. Because they'll blast if they're going to blast. Thoughtseize is fine. So they probably have like a force. They're going to take Plagon here. That's a good take. Okay, and we can draw a bunch of cards here just with Tamio. I don't think this card does a lot. I think... So they're tapped out. Maybe we go ahead and we minus just to get a ponder. And we can see whether we can find another Nomads. Okay, we found it. That's great. So this is almost certainly going to get forced. I screwed up my stacking there. Hopefully that's not an issue. I'm going to attack first and create a clue. White, colorless. Do you have a force? Okay, we won. And so that ponder was really clutch. Okay, let's go to round 2. Round 2, we're up against a dedicated Reanimator player. How do we feel about a hand that doesn't have force against such a player? We don't feel super strong. I want the combo or at the very least. I don't like this hand because it doesn't have mana. I hate to throw it back, but I shall. Okay, this hand is pretty terrible, but it does have Delighted Halfling and a Plagon. I'm going to keep this and I'm going to hope they're on a slow start. Cards that are going to go back. Not as so good that I think we can't put that back. We put back a Halfling, but if, let's say we don't draw land, this could be like, the second Halfling could be pretty important. There's a very good chance that we're just dead. So it doesn't really matter that much. I think Tamio goes. We have Tamio Brainstorm combo, but I just don't think that's where we need to be. Frankly, I think Nadu is like a luxury, and we don't even have to show them we're playing Nadu because they're almost certainly going to try to strip our hand. So maybe we keep this hand, but I am going to open Halfling. And we've got, looks for land. Let's go get Trop, Halfling, pass, and we'll just hope we're not dead. I think that's better than trying to brainstorm for a 4-outer in 54 cards. And our opponent may see that we mold a lot with what appears to be a fair deck and respect us a little bit, or they may just go for it. Okay, they're giving us a turn. That's great. So Plagon has a decent chance of drawing into a force. Options. One, we could just Tamio and then brainstorm. And then we get a flip Tamio at least. I like that. I think that's going to be more powerful than like trying to slow roller. Entomb. Okay. So they probably have more than one reanimation effect. Gristlebrand. All right. Very scary. All right. We did find what we were looking for here. Plow is not good against Gristlebrand, unfortunately. So we'll shuffle that away and we will shuffle Brainstorm away. And then we can at least play at the land. Is that even where we care to be though? I do want to shuffle away the Plow against Gristlebrand. If Gristlebrand resolves, Plow does nothing. And then we'll just keep up the option of keeping it. But I think we'll do it like that. She flips, let's plus, let's play out our land. We can go get a surveil land if we need to, and let's pass. If they have any hand disruption, we're dead. Because I definitely would have forced that Entomb had the opportunity presented itself, because now they have the monster in the yard. There's a zombie on my lawn. Right, we have to force this. We can regrow force, and we have a second force effect, but it's not good. I think we do take the... Yeah, we take the known blue card. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and minus here and just immediately grab the Force of Will. And I've got no play other than to attack here and hope. We know that we have Plow on top, so if they do something like a Douthie or something like that, we can deal with that. But I'm thinking almost certainly we're just going to shuffle away. Okay, so this is a force. We have to stop it. And then we can surveil and maybe find something that does something. Raucous Theater. Okay, so we've worked through 2 of their effects. So we're going to go surveil here. Nadu is an above average draw. I'm going to keep it, and we're just going to hope that they stall out. We can regrow forces next turn. We're going to show them Nadu, and we're just going to hope that they don't have another reanimation effect. They kept, which means they probably do, but I mean, what choice do we have? We can go get another force next turn, but I don't think there is going to be a next turn. I'm not afraid to show them that we have Nadu. Shadow Grave. Okay. Let's learn more about their deck. I'm just going to F6 here. They have haste. They can draw a ton of cards. There is no world in which they don't win here. That is some sick Gristlebrand art. I haven't seen this art. He's like peering out from the mountaintops. Avacyn emerged from the broken Hell Vault, but her freedom came in at a price. Him. Okay, yeah, Entomb. We'll just learn more about their deck. Like basically, this is where you bring in like the 4 force of negations, and this card. I don't understand why people play it. It must be good with Gristlebrand. I guess we're about to see. They can just discard a bunch of land and dome us a whole bunch of times if they have land. Oh, this has haste. Yeah, we're already dead. They just need to discard a single land. They just unmask themselves. Let's put another Gristlebrand in there. Sure. Archon. Yeah. All right, we're done. This is what I was telling you. That plow is not doing the damn thing, unfortunately. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So again, like I don't think Entomb needs to be banned because of this deck. I think it needs to be banned because of the blue-black tempo deck that also has the combo finish. So I don't want you all to think I'm like Reanimator hater. But yeah, like we didn't see red, so that makes that decision easy. Force negations, get in here. All right. I think those are the only things we need to add. There is a possibility of a fair plan. Okay, so first let me say that Prismatic Ending has historically been absolutely terrible against blue-black Reanimator, or red-black Reanimator, or just straight black Reanimator, which is what it looks like we're playing against. We could cut the halflings. They're not going to be countering our stuff, but and kind of respect their fair plan. Daze needs to stay in, unfortunately. Wastelands are pretty terrible. I mean, we could just take those out. I don't think they're going to do anything to affect our mana at all. They could have Blood Moon in there, but I think they're mostly mono black. Let's take a look at their list. This is what they were most recently playing. This pretty checks out. This is from 3 days ago. So 4 therapy, 4 rituals, 4 entomb, 4 reanimate. Just like heavy reanimation effect, like 12 reanimation effects. So you stop the actual entomb, and then they have to like Thoughtseize themselves. Is how they get the other way that they get stuff into their yard, or therapy themselves. So therapy, unfortunately, yeah, like lots of discard, like 12 discard spells as their main protection. For the sideboard, they do bring in Douthie and Bowmaster, Stronghold Gamut. This is kind of a janky card that like I've seen people use. I'm not sure exactly why. And then Iona is not anything we have to worry about here. I don't think. They could choose white, and then we just, have to beat them somehow. I don't think they bring that in. I think most likely they're not bringing in Douthie. They probably are bringing in Orcish Bowmasters. So that is a good reason. But I don't see any non-creature permanents that they would bring in. So I'm definitely on the let's take out Prismatic Endings, but let's leave the plows. Can't. I think we can cut some halflings. They don't really do a lot. Uncounterability, speed, don't really matter. We can just amass resources. So, we have 20 seconds. Yeah, let's bring one in, and let's bring this in, and let's hit submit. 13 seconds. All right, cool. So we still have 19 land. We didn't go completely low on land, but we did cut a lot of mana sources in the form of Delighted Halfling. I mean, this is a cage on the play. I seriously doubt they have an answer to this. I'm going to keep this. And we have Caracas too. I would be stunned if they can win through this. Stronghold Gambit will get around cage. Thoughtseize, just getting information maybe before they concede. We'll see. I'm hopeful. They're going to see Shaman En Kor. They already saw Nadu. They'll probably take Tomio. I'm definitely going to archive this turn. I think we probably bought ourselves several turns. They must have Stronghold Gambit or they're going to try to beat us with Bowmasters. If they're going to try to beat us with Bowmasters, it might be nice to ponder first, but we don't have a blue card if we do that. I think I'm just going to archive here just to get it out of the way. That is the card we want on top of our library. We don't have a green source yet, but we will eventually find one. They may discard it. They can't reanimate our creatures. Therapy. They're going to name Ponder, maybe? I can't imagine you name Shaman here. They did name Shaman. Okay. They're on one land here. I'm going to go ahead and ponder first before I decide what to do, just in case. I found another Plagon. I found a Grafdigger's Cage. I didn't see anything to destroy artifacts in their graveyard, so it makes me think that it's a trap to like waste a turn deploying a second one. They don't have any bounce effects. I think we just take the Shaman and play it out, but then we don't have a yeah, Shaman into Plagon is fine. Yeah, so I am going to play out the Shaman this turn. And then next turn we Plagon and we draw 2. And then hopefully we find fetch for a green source or a trop or something like that. 2 black sources. Okay, so if they have Bowmasters up, that is a problem for us. Douthy's fine. This is what I was expecting for them to try to win through Weenie Beats. They are going for our hand. They can put something in exile that they can use. That's really good. This doesn't stop cards from exile. It's just so they could sack that. We are going to draw 3 cards. That's the good news. 1, 2. Wait. Do we want to keep up the Caracas in case we find a plow? And we can always Caracas back to our hand when we're safe and use it to draw again. I think that's fine. Draw 2. So we've already played our land. Is it worth hitting for 2 here and then hitting for 5 next turn? I think it is. Yeah, I'm just going to attack and try to, because I don't want them to like win through tempo. That would be annoying. Take 2. You could say that was like a kind of a meh play, but like I can attack for 5 next turn. They can't block any of this. They could put Nadu into play and use Nadu to block. But I have Caracas, which would be comical. Please put Nadu back into play. I would love for you to sack your Douthy and put Nadu in play. I will play out. Okay, they're doing it. They are crazy. Yeah, you've got a Nadu. Owned by Be Excellent. Bowmaster, sure. They're targeting their own Nadu to get a trigger. Okay, and they scoop. All right. I guess they were just like desperate, and they knew they were going to get beaten down, and they knew that I had the Crocus. So I don't want to say like my opponent didn't notice the Crocus because they probably did. All right. I think we just keep the plows in. I still don't think we necessarily keep the endings in. Halfling does help with both of our cards. It fixes our mana. I think it's probably more important than Wasteland. I didn't even see any non-basic lands that game. We're going to do this. I mean, that was basically like the best window we have, like being able to lock out their main game plan turn 1. That's why you play 3 cages. So this hand is great if they don't just turn 1 us, but they could, if they take even 1 turn to set up, we get a Grafdigger's Cage. I think I'm going to keep this. If they Dark Ritual, okay, perfect. And they can't stop both cages. They could unmask. They just take the Tamio. That is resignation, friends. Okay. And we do have the combo in hand. Yeah, I didn't even notice. I just saw double cage keep. Like, that's kind of how I operate in these matchups. Is like, I'm just like, okay, can we stop them? I don't even care what happens turn 5, turn 10, whenever we win. So I do think this is a Tundra. The next turn will be the Trop. Yeah, let's go ahead and play out the cage. Realistically, we're probably going to have the Nadu force pitch to something. There's another Douthy. That doesn't affect us too much. So this turn is the Shaman En Kor turn. That goes into the void. We're going to get our Trop. White. We just need 1 more land and then we can win the game. And even if we don't win, they have a very slow beatdown. And our graveyard doesn't matter at all to us. Will we force to protect Nadu here? We may not be able to find a Caracas. They're doing that to get a land? What's going on here? To get a land? Okay. I have no idea why they did what they just did. There's no harm in just playing out this cage. I don't think they play like engineered explosives or anything like that. I'm just going to chill. I'm not going to attack in. I'm not going to risk Bowmaster. We are in the waiting room for a land. Okay, Entomb is fine. I don't believe they have anything that like matters in the graveyard. They have to get rid of both of these cages. Got a double force hand to stop that from happening. They just put a reanimate in the yard. They're just resigned to not being able to reanimate anything, which is good for us. Let's see that land. All right, I'll take it. Land number 3, not really necessary. Yeah, I'm just going to bin it. And again, I'm just going to be patient. They are just going to concede when we get the Nadu combo going, I bet. I don't think they're going to wait. Okay, yeah, they just scoop. Wow, beating Reanimator. We're off to a good start, 2-0. See you in round 3. All right, we're up against a likely blue-black tempo player. This has basically everything we need. Protection. The ability to put a card back if necessary. This wasteland probably won't matter. It's just an additional mana source. I think what we do is, the biggest thing they can do is like waste us. So I probably will get a basic island and then we'll get a savannah. We'll see what happens. But I am going to go ahead and just lead with this. We're not playing basic forest, so we can't get that. So we do need to actually get a non-basic to do something. But the basic island is much more important than the basic plains here, just because we have daze, and we want to ensure that daze. I could go ahead and surveil here and just hope they don't waste me. That might pull us closer to another land. I want to maybe wait till we have enough land and mana to play around daze anyway. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and I'm not going to play on basics. Even though their name is MTG Basics, they could have back to basics in their deck. That is precisely what we're looking for. More land. All right. And as I said, there's no reason to play into daze. And also Shaman En Kor is something that could hit. I think the simple thing to do, just play the land and pass. And we have, brainstorm if we need it, but we may not even need it. Bowmasters is something that I am worried about a little bit. But again, I'm not too worried about anything, assuming our combo goes off. They do likely have Bowmasters here. I'm not going to bait it because we don't have a way to remove it. And I don't want to rely on daze to get rid of it. We drew another thing that we can play that's really strong. So I think what we do here is we just go get maybe a trop. And we shaman. White, blue, shaman. We'll pass to end step. And then if they Bowmaster, we can brainstorm in response just to get it out of our hand. Okay. Island cycling. So they're on a bigger deck. Instead brainstorm before the island cycle. Interesting. That's fine. All right. Metamorphosis Fanatic with nothing in the yard. If you cast an Entomb, I'm going to freak out. But you won't have the mana to do it. Yeah, this is fine. So again, we're going to Nadu combo next turn. And we'll have daze protection. So if they tap out, that's really very good for us. We also have the option of just wasting before we go for the combo. And then that means that if they leave any mana up, but if they have a fetch, we can't waste. I am going to just let this resolve. I don't care about this creature. It's just a 4/4 lifelink. Okay, that's fine. So they're probably on blue-black Reanimator if they're playing this, or they might be on Pokemoki's list because none of the cards I've seen so far line up with what I would have expected. This is fine. They're tapping out for us, so we don't have to waste them now. I am tempted to go ahead and go for Brainstorm instep and see if I can bait the daze out of their hand, just in case, because we don't care about it. We don't care about the Brainstorm. Let's go ahead and get another Tundra, I guess, and we'll just Brainstorm instep. Again, this is not something I would normally do, but we're a combo deck and we're intentionally trying to bait out interaction. Okay, Halfling is great. I think Halfling means we take a turn off. We waste, we Halfling, and then we Plagon. No, because I think we just go for the combo. So I'll put this back. I'll put this, actually, this is probably less useful than this. So we'll draw that for turn. Okay. And they could have two forms of interaction. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do this. Colorless, blue, green, Nadu. Okay, so they do have force. Pitch to counterbalance. Interesting. I'm going to bring this back to hand. I need to protect my green source. Nadu's in. Is Nadu in? No, they have a second force. Okay. Let's go see if we can find a daze or a force. We know the top card of our... But like this is not a good card to have in hand anyway. All right. We didn't find it. So unfortunately we are without combo. But next turn we can just halfling and then Plagon. So I don't think we're in too tough of a spot. They're going to be able to apply some damage here. I think the cards that I don't want them to discard are Plagon, and I'll put this back because this might not be relevant, and then I'll put Plagon on top. And if they make us discard either of these other cards, it's not the end of the world. Okay, so they did go pretty low here. Let's see, they exiled a Kaito. Yeah, I'm glad. Kaito would have been a pretty big deal to fight against. All right, so we're not in any danger right now, in my humble opinion. But they are a Reanimator deck, and they could just Entomb Reanimate right now and win. Okay, so we're going to take 4. They're going to gain 4. Life doesn't matter until it gets really low on our side. We're not going to win through combat, probably. We're probably going to win through getting them to submit to the Nadu combo. Undercity Sewers. See if they can dump a big monster here. They dump a land. Narset is very annoying. We can attack Narset. Yeah, so what I think I do here is I play the Tamio and the Halfling, and then we can wait on Plagon for a turn. Halfling, Tamio. Let's go ahead and attack Narset. Now, I think they're most likely just going to minus Narset here. I'd be surprised if they didn't and they just kept her around, because I do have like a lethal attack on her next turn. But yeah, I have to resolve Plagon. So if I resolve Plagon, then Tamio attacks for 3 in the air, and they can't stop that. And I will do that rather than waiting around on Narset forever. Even though Plagon doesn't draw any cards, Plagon does do damage, and we want to get this Narset off the table. We can't wait around forever here. That's fine. They're brainstorming. They may keep Narset up just because Tamio can't win with... No, wait. Unless they find a blocker, it makes sense to go ahead and minus because they can't defend her. They're looking at 5 cards. They have the potential to look at 4 more after this. So what they can do is they can minus Narset to clear the bad cards they're putting back, which are probably excess lands at this point, because it's probably pretty clear that we're not going to bother wasting them. We'd rather have this mana for ourselves. Okay, so they're not going to minus Narset, so they probably have Bowmasters in their hand. I think I can't think of any flying blocker they could have here. We can just end her. We have 5 mana, so we don't have enough mana to end her but we can crack a clue. I think it's better to keep Plagon around. He's so strong. Let's go ahead and try this. Even if they have like a Spell Pierce, it's not going to play here. Oh, we have 6 mana. I miscounted. We can Plagon here. But I wouldn't be surprised if the way they left Narset unprotected, they probably have a Bowmaster. I'm going to go ahead and attack just with Tamio to get the clue. And then I do think we go ahead and play Plagon. And if they have the Bowmaster, that's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. The other option is we could wait a turn, but they could re-Narset or something like that. I think I'm going to go for it. I'm just going to hope they don't have the Bowmaster. No guts, no glory. We can always throw Shaman En Kor in front of this if we get absolutely desperate. We will have enough blockers. Okay. That's fine. Let's grab another Trop, I think. Let's go ahead and do Plagon here. Please don't have Bowmasters as one of your 2 remaining cards. They could also have a daze. I mean, they can't counter this. They can only Bowmaster. They have it. Oh, Shielders Edict. Okay, I am going to sacrifice this. It's done a good job. Thank you, Halfling. You were a delight. We'll draw 2 cards. Okay, we got to read Tamio. Yeah, we'll just pass. Clocks are about even, but I am conscious of the fact that if they're playing like this next level, like the Pokemoki list, essentially, we need to be cognizant of time. I'm looking for 2-for-1s. We'll figure out our life total situation later. Okay. And they could be playing like stock up and lots of things. We don't really have a lot of time. Okay, so here's what I think we do. I think we go ahead and go for this first. Let's play the Tamio first, because that way if they have a fatal push or something, we can get 3 triggers off of. Yeah. So we of course didn't know that we were going to draw what we did. So if they have the force here, that doesn't end the game. They can push this if they have a fatal push. They have used 1 fatal push, but if they have that, then I'll just have to use Nadu or a Plagon to target. Snapcaster Mage. Okay, so Snapcaster is going to get back a fatal push, I presume. Yeah, and they're going to use fatal push on the Shaman En Kor. So Metamorphosis Fanatic is actually problematic here. And my thinking is maybe we just trade with this just to get it off the table. Because we're going to need a block here. Yeah, I'm going to go to their turn. So we have, like, I just don't want to get killed. Like, I don't want to get too low in life and then have to deal with freaking Bowmasters. We are going to have to fetch here. So we're effectively at 3. Our opponent has done an excellent job of blunting our offensive. They stopped the first Nadu. They're doing all their tricks. And they had a double force. So I have to sympathize with them, like, having to go really deep to stop us. What they may not realize is that Plagon can trigger Nadu. If they attack with both, I am going to be so happy. All right. Well, I am going to be blocking this. And I think... so we had the option of just blocking with Plagon and Tamio. But then if they fatal push one, we lose both. So I'll block here. And then afterward, I am going to go ahead and activate. They're going to fatal push here. What are they going to do? Murderous Cut on our boy. So that trigger resolves. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go fetch. And I'm just going to trigger again. Let's get a Tundra here. We're not going to show them any basics because we may actually want them to bring in. Okay, we got another Tamio. All right, so Nadu dies. We need to find another blocker. We get 1 more trigger. Force. Yeah, it's too bad we didn't get that like 1 turn earlier. Or 1 draw earlier. Okay, so we're not out of the woods by any means. They have 1 more card. It's a Barrogoyf. So options. One, we could just force Barrogoyf and not deal with it with our Retamio. I think that's a good option. We're getting really low in life. But like that's a huge thing to deal with. All right. So now I think we go ahead. We start by attacking, creating the clue, and then we start pondering. And we're looking for a plow. Prismatic Ending is not terrible. Could have... I'm going to ponder first. Okay, there's another Nadu. That's a great card to find. I think we just be content with that for now. Green, blue, colorless, Nadu. We're not going to attack. We're just going to be extremely patient and submit them. I could have played out a land actually to get another thing, but like we can't really afford to go any lower in life. If they find any sort of fatal push, any sort of another Snapcaster, there's a lot of stuff they could find here that could prevent me from being able to, well, fatal push won't do it. I did have the option of flipping Tamio there, but I am fine with like keeping it around for another turn or two with clues. They kept. All right. Coming in for another hug. We're going to block. Now we're going to use the ability. Do they have any more tricks up their sleeves? Reanimate on this is a freaking beating because they get back Barrogoyf too. So this trigger resolves. Now I'm going to do it a second time. I'm going to do it on this just in case they like try to push. So we get a land, which we can't really use unless we want to plow one of our own guys, which I don't think we want to. All right. Did they find a reanimate? All right. So we're going to get a turn. This is going to be a grinder. Absolute grinder. Okay. Shaman En Kor. So let's start by attacking. I want to keep this up to deal with their attacker here. This is going to be an absolute grinder. My goodness. But these clues are going to be, we are going to card advantage them out. It's just going to take a while. All right, let's go ahead and start with the ponder. Brainstorm would be good, but they could, actually, if they have Bowmasters here, we're just dead. Okay, these are great. So I don't think they have Bowmasters. I think we don't want this halfling necessarily. I'll take that now. I am going to go ahead and just clue crack to to draw. And then we'll play out the Hierarch. Okay, I thought I got a Hierarch there. I guess it's the bottom card. Wait. Yeah, I want to make sure I have mana up so I don't get trapped in some situation. Yeah, well, they don't have the Bowmaster now, so I think it's fine to do this now. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to wait. They can't attack, and we can brainstorm in response to a Bowmaster. Clinging to Dust. That is a draw trigger for them. That's fine. 14 all in terms of time. Petty Theft. So this is a problem because it's going to come back, but we can't really do anything about it. Play it out again next turn. Yeah, because we'll have to kill this now. Because the body. Yeah, man. We need to find another Nadu. We've used 3 of them. I'm actually not sure if we can win, depending on what they do. Okay, they just play a land. They don't have a good attack. All right. They don't have any cards in hand. I'm going to go ahead and draw a card. They may be considering playing out the Borrower here just to minimize the ability for me to force. Looks like they're doing that. That's fine. We do have that covered. So we get our card. That's the Halfling we knew about. All right, let's draw another card. Hopefully this is Nadu. The Plagon is not terrible. What I need to do is I need to just clear this for sure. I'm going to go ahead and brainstorm or Tamio first, and then I'll brainstorm just while I have the window to do so. And we're stuck with all these cards. Unfortunately, a lot of them are going to be fetches. Yeah. So I'll just put these fetches back. So Tamio flips. We can plus her. They could have like a force or something, so I do need to go ahead and get rid of this now. I'm going to play a Halfling. And I can play Shaman En Kor, but then I don't have a block. I'll just wait, and I can if they tap out, or if they go Hellbent again, I can activate the Clue Crack. We can win pretty quickly. Our opponent is a grindy deck, so I'm fine with like taking some of the time off their clock. Jace the Mind Sculptor. What? All right. So now we have to attack Jace. We can minus to pull. Yeah, I'll just minus, and I'll get a plow, and then I'll plow this, and then I will attack Jace. Kill him. Can't leave that doing okay. And in step, I am going to just draw through these bad lands that we can't afford to crack because we kind of went into debt, so to speak, in terms of resources. So now let's go get our plow. Plow here. Go and attack with Plagon. Flip. Jace dies. I don't really see any harm in just going for it here. Let's see. Oh, yeah, we do have enough mana. So I'm going to go white, Shaman En Kor, Replagon to draw 3 cards. Uncounterable. We're tapping out of everything, basically. But this is how you use Plagon. Like, sometimes you just have to Replagon. This untap 1. 3 cards. Okay, we have Nadu again, so they're going to need to be able to get rid of Nadu yet again, or we'll win. It'll just take a while to win. Fetching. Mystic Sanctuary, they're going to put like a Ponder on top. Yeah, that's fine. They could have Force. Okay, Ponder into Ponder. Yeah. Now they don't have Force anymore. Well, technically they have 2 cards in their hand, so Stock Up is a very good card. Now they have 3 cards in their hand. We have uncounterable Nadu, though. Just going to F6 through their turn. I wouldn't have let this resolve if I had a Force. Force is not good right now anyway. Oh, no. Oh, okay, good. This timer is happening. This spinner is happening while they're doing their thing. So hopefully it's not hitting my time. Again, this matchup, these types of matchups come down to time for sure. We've got 20 cards left in our deck, but I think we'll be able to get enough value. And we can always plow our own creatures, and then we just start beating down. I'll start sending my attackers every turn. Land, fetch. I mean, Bowmasters is a scary card. What? Another Mystic Sanctuary? What are you doing? Putting Stock Up on top? Okay. Counterbalance. Okay. That is a scary card. Let's go ahead and just start with no reason to wait. Green. Uncounterable Nadu. Do you want to keep going? Sure. Show me the top. It does not matter. Yeah, they have Stock Up, so that was pretty clutch. All right, and now let's go ahead and start targeting. And I get the feeling they're going to make us use our clock here. 2 clicks every time. Always yield. What are we looking for here? We don't have a good, clean way to win. I don't want to run out of time. I think we have enough mana. I think we just plus here. Yeah, we could play a Tommy as a Delver. We know that it's clear to get in there. All right, and now we just have to start attacking every turn. Do we want any more cards? We got 15. Okay, halfling's fine. We don't have a green source. Oh wait, we do have a green source. Okay, let's play out another halfling. And again, all these are gonna be aggressive attackers here. Okay. All right, so now let's go to combat. And we'll just swap the power and toughness here. And we'll swap the power and toughness here. Take 5. You're on like a 7-turn clock. But next turn it'll be a lot faster. That's probably not actually the right card to discard. So they could stock up. They could do a lot of stuff here. Again, we have plow, so I'm not too worried about what they do here. Stock up. I'm not going to force it because it would. Well, maybe actually forcing it would have been correct. There could be a situation where you could need to plow our own creature and not be able to do it. Okay. Go ahead and play this out. I think this will be helpful to have a second one. See what they have on top. Polluted Delta, okay. +1 here, it doesn't matter. Now we're going to go to combat. Attack with everything. Okay, so let's start by blue. Oh no, I'm going to freaking click through all my counters trying to buff my squad. Yeah, that's not good. I will buff the Tamio, but I think I probably have to stop then. Yeah, I didn't think about the fact that like it's not optional. Like we are gonna, yeah, boom, boom. Take some damage. Just discard these lands that I can't use. Bowmaster. Oh, Nimble Instructionist. I'm gonna just force this. We know what's on top of their deck, and it's not a good card. Forcing back. Okay, they have a Delta on top. I'll just plow it. Let me just wait. That does mean we have to take an extra turn to attack them, but I think it'll be okay. That comes in, and now we just plow. Top card is you're hellbent, you're drawing a land, and we are going to beat you down. I just won't use the ability. I'll just attack for however much they normally attack for. This is a close game. Right. So we have 9 cards. I could probably do it twice. Yeah, I think I do it twice. Fetching. Do they have yet another Mystic Sanctuary? I can just F6 through their turn. They're not going to cast anything here. Stock up back on top. So I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I can't quite kill them. Clean Dust Plow. Okay, now they're going to stock up. I can't stop this. Tapped out though. Yeah, they're so close to death, but I can't actually kill them. Okay, I'm just going to attack all and not trigger. Well, I do need it. I will trigger twice. Okay, we're going to go boom, boom, blue. Always yield. And then we'll go boom, boom. It's a marathon of a game. I do need to remove this just because there could be a situation in which stock up is on top of their deck. No, they use the stock up. Just in case there's a stock up on top of the deck, I'll play like this. Let's get it. And I mistapped, but I don't think it'll matter. I don't think they have 4s in their deck other than Jace. If they have Jace, I'll be very sad here. Okay. They have Scalding Tarn. All right. They're at 7. They are definitely dead. Let's discard these lands. We have a plow that we can use on Nadu if we absolutely need to save ourselves from death. Actually, that would be a good option. Like I didn't think about that, but we could plow on Nadu here to save ourselves. Yeah, well, I'm going to do that first. So I have the life, and then I'll just force. And if they have exactly Force of Will here, we actually lose. No, wait. Can we pay for force? We can't. So if they have force, we're dead. That would be an insane victory for them. Oh, actually, I have a second plow, so it wouldn't matter. This is fine. Actually, I should have forced there. That was bad. Because now they have the material to block our stuff. I don't think it actually matters. I think we have enough attackers. Doing one more thing. This is a hell of a game. My goodness. I don't think their deck can win quickly, so we're just going to go for a quick kill. for the next round. Reanimating our Nadu. I'll just force that. Pitch a Ponder. Getting server lag, of course. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not going to force this. I'll let them have it because that puts them to dead for sure. They're going to drop to 2. Oh, you know what I can do? I'll just bounce them back to my hand. You get a land. All right, you're dead. Let's go to the next game. I don't even need to do any tricks with flipping the power toughness. They just don't have enough to block. Actually, they do. All right, so they're still taking 3. This should still be death for them. Wow. What are they doing? Oh, they're going to cling again? That's fine. They can gain life. I didn't think about that. Wow. Okay, I don't think it'll matter. I think I still got them. Yeah. I'll be stunned if... Okay, that's death. Exactly. My goodness. What a freaking game. Whatever deck they're playing has insane grinding ability. All right. So I can't think of any sideboard substitutions to make here. Yeah, I'm not going to make any. I am going to take a break to clear my head before the final one, though. I'll be back in a sec. It'll be instantaneous for you. All right, let's talk strategy. We're only down 2 minutes, but they have to win 2 games in 8 minutes. So I do think that playing to the clock is the way that I'm going to approach this. I'm not going to sweat it if I can't win. I'm just going to try to stop them from winning. And I'm going to try to be very time efficient. There's an argument for Cage. Just in case they board into a very aggressive reanimation strategy, I think Cage is fine. So I could bring in 1 Cage, take out 1. I mean, realistically, Tamiya's not going to be great here. She's not necessarily going to keep me alive. Yeah, I'll do that. And this at least shuts off the heinous side of Troll. Troll can kill us very quickly. This is a keep. This keeps me alive. We have, we're just going to get basics here. Not going to mess around. I'm just going to basic Tamiyo. Boom. Drew it. Well, we're still going to play on basics. I think we F6 through their turn is my instinct. I have a force in my hand. I'll just F6 whenever I'm done making my game actions for the turn. I am worried the server lag is going to come in and steal my victory. Please Thoughtseize me. Do stuff that expends cards from your hand. Shielders Edict. It's fine. It's 1 for 1. I'm just going to brainstorm now. I don't want this force. Maybe I do want force because it keeps me alive. Okay, this is great. I can deploy a second Tamiyo and just further... is that where I want to be? Yeah, I mean... Okay, so I'm going to put back the force and the ponder here. Now I'm going to go get a trop, and I'm just going to cast a Tamiyo. And I'm getting the trop now because I don't want my other card to get wasted. I'm under 5 minutes. I can have 6 through the turns now that I don't have the force in my hand. I have Plow for, Baragoi for any scary monster. And I will prioritize doing that. I don't think Nadu's the play here, but maybe he is. I think I'm going to start by attacking. And then I think I just Plagon. Oh, Plagon could be Bowmastered, though. I think I'm just going to ponder here. And if they have Bowmaster, I don't have a Plow because I chose to put out a Wasteland. Yeah. I mean, that is one way we could lose. Yeah, I think I probably shouldn't have even cast this. All right, well, we're not too punished. Keep this on top just in case they have double Thoughtseize for some reason. Okay, they get a trigger. And now what I'll do is I'll just keep the Tamiyo back and block, and I'll just gradually remove their threats and island cycling. Yeah, I think I just need to keep F6ing. F6-a-thon with Tamiyo out. They'll have to clear that before they can do anything. Baragoi joins the fray. We have double Plow. So the first Plow is going to find a home in Baragoi because that is the scarier of the two. We'll just keep Tamiyo back as a blocker. If they force here, that's really annoying. I'm not going to attack. I'm going to keep her as a blocker. I'll just block that Orc Army because it does more damage. Thoughtseize would be a pain here. Onus is on them to do stuff. I've got Nadu next turn. And I can also play Daze Protected Plow, so I feel like next turn is going to be pretty good for me. And I'll just throw him up there. They're taking game actions that take a lot of time. Shielders Edict. All right. Let's play this out. Green, colorless, blue, Nadu. Force. It's fine. F6. Got another Nadu coming next turn. We're in their turn. F6. Metamorphosis Fanatic. This is not that big of a deal because I've got a plow. I'll just plow this instead of plowing the Bowmaster. I think I'm going to instep it. Oh, it didn't work. That's annoying. Go ahead and do it now. Nadu. Oh, we're in upkeep. Undo, undo, undo. I need to fix the hotkey. It stopped working a while back for that. Okay, green, blue, colorless, Nadu. All right, you're going to have to attack through a lot of stuff. 4 minutes on their clock. I don't think they're going to be able to beat me if I just keep F6ing every turn. Shield's Edict, I will sack the Tamio. 16 through their turn. They could regrow the Shield's Edict, and then they can kill us that way. This is going to take them lots of turns. Maybe not that many turns. It'll take them like 4 turns. I'll play Plagon, even though he doesn't do anything, and then I'll F6. All he does is eat up my opponent's time. 5 mana. Yeah. From the Catacombs, they get back my Nadu. They get the initiative. This is all very click intensive for them. Swamp. They click through their combat accidentally. Gonna F6 through my turn. They can forge, they can attack. They might be able to get lethal this turn. We're behind on clock. Yeah, we're slightly ahead on clock. Just gonna stay alive for an extra turn. I could play another Plague here, but it doesn't matter. They're still committing stuff to the board. Just gonna F6. They have another Bowmaster. None of this stuff matters. It's just eating up their own clock. F6 through their various triggers. That is a really cool card from the Catacombs. Again, I wish we had more time to play this match out, but my opponent made me play it out. So I'm making them play it out. Maybe they had a chance to win, so it's not too bad. I think we just run it back. And if I don't think I can win in time, I think this is an F6-a-thon. I'm not going to cast cantrips into potential Bowmasters. That was a huge mistake that cost us that game. All right, we're just going to open land, pass. F6 through their turn. They're passing. I'm going to go ahead and play a creature out, and if they want a daze, that's fine. F6. So with Plagon, I can't actually do enough damage to potentially kill them in 2 minutes because I can attack for 5 each turn. Fortunately, they likely have a Bowmasters. I'm just going to pass through this turn. I'm not going to give them Bowmaster with trigger. There's the Bowmasters. That is annoying. They will struggle unless they have another Bowmasters to kill me in time. I can remove. They're attacking because they have second Bowmasters. If they're going to win, it's going to be through tons of Bowmasters. Let's go ahead and just get rid of this. And then we'll go back to F6ing. There's another one. I'll plow that one. I'm ahead on time just a little bit. Do they have another Bowmasters? Oh my goodness. Shield's Edict? Okay. Yeah, I mean, they could win. I'm just playing so fast. Let's hit that. Let's brainstorm, try to find a land. They have a force for that. That's really bad news. Yeah, we're just going to chill. Take 3. Yeah, I mean, it is crazy that they can do this, but they had like the perfect hand for bullying us. Drew a card off the plow. Shaman En Kor. I'm going to play it out. Again, I'm just waiting for green, and then I'll play Nadu, and that'll be like a much better wall. But at least they can't attack with the Bowmasters this turn, unless they have their 4th Bowmasters. Fatal push, okay. They have 1 minute and 7 seconds to do... Yeah, I think they can probably do it. I need a blocker. I don't think they can do it anymore. Okay, they're brainstorming, trying to find ways to kill us. I mean, if they like found like land, Baragoi, or something like that, they might be able to do it. Reanimate our Shaman. Interesting. They can hit us for 2 now. Ninjutsu. Wow, they can actually kill us, I think. Wow, I didn't think about Ninjutsu. They're surveilling. I think that's a mistake. All right, let's get a blocker, shall we? I mean, technically, we definitely have a blocker if they don't force. Let's go ahead and do this. Pew. Let's do this. Plagon. Okay, we get a couple cards. I'm not going to F6 through my turn because I have double force up. And I think they've got 13 seconds on their clock to our 1 minute 23. So they can stun this and then they can attack through. That is a force. All right, we got it. That was freaking White Knuckle Ride. Wow. I don't feel good about how that game ended, but like, what was I supposed to do? Yeah, they had so many Bowmasters, just crazy Kaito action. Like they were definitely, if they had like another minute, I think they win that game. We are 3-0 though, and we're playing by the rules. There's no rule that says you can't, basically go into defense mode if you're up on clock and your opponent has to win 2 games. It's just really freaking nerve-wracking doing so. See you in round 4. All right, we're up against Unstar. Very cool name. Makes me think of the starfish from, maybe he's a UN star. Maybe he was like a Star United Nations student or something like that. All right, let's see. Painter. Well, that's not a good matchup at all. But that is a matchup where we can keep a hand like this and potentially survive. Do it. We've got the combo. Okay, it's not Painter. It's freaking Reanimator, probably. Kept it top. What does that mean? Well, I don't think wasting is correct here. Yeah, I'm just going to play the land out. And yeah, we've got Brainstorm. We've got Force. This is probably going to pitch Ponder because I don't want to pitch the combo. Let's see what they do here. But Underground Mortuary is almost always black-green. Reanimator. Ghost Vacuum. Okay. Main deck, respect. For a deck that is not us. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and surveil here. I don't get the vibe that we need to worry about Wasteland. And I don't get the vibe that we have the luxury of worrying about Wasteland. There we go. All right. So I definitely think it's fine to just hold this up. And once we have more information about what they're playing, we can brainstorm and fetch. They're going to take our Misty Instep just to keep our graveyard prim and proper. No? Okay. They could have done that. Yeah, I don't know why they're playing main deck Ghost Vacuum. Maybe it's a trick to like be able to get their own cards out of the graveyard. But they would need a lot of mana to do that. Okay, so this is scary. We're going to let it happen. They could like put a Ghost Vacuum under, or a Thoughtseize under Ghost Vacuum. Like what really is scary is the Wasteland. But they're going to take our Force and we're probably not going to be able to brainstorm into another one. It's just like Reanimator playing anti-Reanimator tech, I guess. But again, like if the game completely stalls out, Ghost Vacuum is a way they can put like a Gristlebrand or an Atraxa or something underneath the Ghost Vacuum. Okay, and they took my Nadu, which is interesting. They're going to waste me. They should waste me. If they waste me, I am going to go ahead and go for the Brainstorm. They're fetching. Okay. Basic Swamp. Lending further credence to this being a mono black deck. Reanimate on Nadu. You know what? I'm not that worried about that. We have a Plow in our hand. So I think I am going to Brainstorm first. Because if I can find Karakas, it's insane. Okay, another Nadu's not bad. What cards do we not want? I think at this point, all these cards are fine. I don't really want the Wasteland, but I will play it. We have the Tommy. This is like an embarrassment of riches. My goodness. Yeah, I guess we just redraw. Oh, what am I going to redraw? I don't really want to redraw any like the Wasteland. But again, if I can just play Nadu next turn, that's really good. They waste off white, and then we have to wait a turn to play the Shaman. I don't get the vibe the Wasteland is going to be super helpful. I'd rather just take it slow and ponder. So maybe we put back... I mean, if we're taking it slow, Tomio's an excellent tool for taking it slow. Yeah, I'm going to put back the Ponder, as crazy as that might sound. Actually, yeah, I'm going to put back the Ponder, and I'll see if they waste here. They probably will. That's fine. I am going to go get a basic island here during the upkeep, and then I can deploy a Tamio. Tamio cannot attack in, but she can flip. And we'll see if we draw a land. Okay, we didn't draw a land. I think it's better to Ponder, but unfortunately, I put back Ponder, which was a mistake. I was like, I was so zeroed in on the fact that I had the Tamio combo. Well, I'm going to play this out, and then I'll flip Tamio next turn. And then, after I've flipped Tamio, I'll have... Okay, yeah. Taking my Brainstorm, that's fine. They're going to hit for 3 here, which is fine. And then I'll be able to hit with Tamio Clue. And then I can Brainstorm a Flipper, and then they'll be hitting me for 2 every turn. What deck are they playing? Interesting. So it's like Reanimator, but like the best Reanimator, like the best thing they can do with Reanimate is, yeah, okay. All right, so they could have Bowmaster. That's totally possible, but we do need to cast this Brainstorm because we do need to get through. Oh, well, if they have Bowmaster, I'll just force it with one of these forces. So I'm going to come in first. They're going to block, and then I'll Brainstorm. Then they'll Bowmaster, and I'll force. There's no reason not to block here. All right, let's go ahead and Brainstorm. Please be a land. I'm playing 20 lands in my deck. Yeah, here's the Bowmaster. No thank you, Bowmaster. I have to pitch my Nadu here. I don't want to go off force completely. Maybe it's okay to go off force completely, but they could like entomb. Yeah, I'm not going to pitch the combo, but I am going to stop this. It's just too much. All right, land please. Yes. All right, perfect. So Plagon is nice to have for sure. I think what we want to do here is just Trop into Delighted Halfling. Oh, Savannah into Delighted Halfling and hope they don't have another waste. I do think Plagon goes back, and in the long tradition of putting back Ponder, I guess we put back Ponder. That's going to suck if they do find another wasteland. Post-combat. So I'm pretty happy with how I played this game so far, other than the fact that we did have to get lucky there to still be in the game. If they turn into construct mode, it could be a problem. Like, we could get overrun. They might have like a Pithing Needle in their deck. I'm not too worried about it because next turn we don't have Nadu combo. We'll have Nadu combo in a few turns, but we've got them kind of in stasis with Nadu. They can attack our life total, but we've got a few turns. My suspicion is the card quality of their deck is not that high, but if they just entomb Reanimate, it's not really going to matter how high the quality is. Like, and I say like the impact of the average card in their deck, I think it's probably relatively low. This does not trigger Nadu. Okay, no block. Probably taking a chunk out of Tamio, I would presume. Yeah. Nethergoyf is not a problem. We just keep buffing Tamio, and again, if we find Karakas off the top, Karakas, please. Okay, we got another Plagon. Well, I'm just going to play out the Nadu here. I don't think let's see. They could like Alpha Strike our Tamio, but next turn we have the combo. I don't think we neglect this opportunity to just put Nadu on the table. We could have Plagon there, but I don't. Oh no, what is this? Is a Bowmaster to ping us? They've got a lot of power on the table, but they're just going to take it off of Tamio. That's fine. I mean, Tamio, I've just resigned to her being dead, basically. I don't think she's going to survive, but Shaman En Kor can get us so much value over the course of the next few turns that I think we'll be okay. We just need to survive like 2 turn cycles, and Tamio's going to debuff these. Nethergoyf will be like not that big. They are kind of, they don't have anything under it, but they can put a Bowmaster on it, and that'd be a pain. But luckily, we're not planning to win through Bowmaster. Fatal Push on Nadu would be annoying as heck. They do know that we're playing Shaman En Kor, so they can needle the correct thing here if they want to, if they have a needle. Yep, it is a needle. So they can't needle Plagon, but I can't cast Plagon because I'll freaking die to Bowmasters. So I have to plow Bowmaster and then play Plagon on the subsequent turn. They have 4 mana, so they're not that close to... and if they attack in... Let's see, what can we kill? We can't really kill anything. So these debuff. These are both going to her. There's no point in blocking. There's no point in blocking. Oh, I could actually block there and keep her alive. Okay. It's going to the block step, I think. I see Spinner. So they could have a Bowmaster here, but I think I may have just kept her alive for a turn. Please don't have another Bowmaster. That would be such an ordeal. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. You love to see it. You love to see that. Okay, well, let's go ahead and just... This is on Shaman En Kor, so we can't go crazy here. We can bounce this back to hand at will. I think what we need to do, though, instead of bouncing this back to hand, is we need to plow this so we can Plagon. Oh, wait. You know what? I'm just going to plow now. Oh, they're Hellbent. Never mind. For some reason, I didn't realize they were Hellbent. They get a trigger, unfortunately. So they're not Hellbent. I should have freaking bounced it back to hand. But I needed to get through this. Okay, so they could draw Bowmasters, and if they do, it is catastrophic. Absolutely catastrophic. Let's go ahead and green, blue. It doesn't really matter. And let's Plagon. Draw 3 cards. Hopefully we draw a land. No, wait, we played Crocus already, so we're just chilling for this turn cycle. Okay, and we did draw a land. We drew another plow. So I think we're going to win this game. It's just a question of like how much stuff happens between now and then. I think Tomio's probably dead this turn. No, if they attack with Tomio... Oh, yeah, if they attack with Construct, I will get to take out a Construct. Unless they have like an artifact here. Lava Spur Boots. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to take out a Construct. Yeah, Lava Spur Boots is scary too. My goodness. I'm definitely looking forward to bouncing Nadu back to my hand, though. I needed to get Plagon out and get the cards first. Putting it on the Construct. So it's like a 5. It's attacking for a lot. They still have 2 cards in hand. Ghost Vacuum goes off in like 2 land drops, which means another Bowmaster. And then any creatures that I throw under the bus here, which is 0. Shielder's Edict. Okay, well, you just made it very easy. I am going to sacrifice that, and I'm glad you didn't name... Well, I mean, if they name creature, I just, sack the halfling. Okay, so these get debuffed. And we're looking at taking a lot of damage here. 7? 8? Yeah, I'll just block the Nadu here. And, yeah. We can start spamming Plagon activations next turn. But I do need to bounce Nadu first. What do we do here? That'll be helpful later. I'm going to play this out first. I'm going to just plow the Goyf. I don't want to deal with it. Oh, no. I need to do this. Oh, man, I'm giving them so many freaking triggers that I didn't mean to. This is such a punt fest. Okay, well, yeah, that was a dumb play. And now they've got 2 things that they can, if they have like a snuff out or something. Okay, this gets dead. They get another trigger. Oh my goodness. Now I'm going to have to waste them to keep them off Ghost Vacuum for Bowmaster. That is just sloppy play. I apologize, my excellent friends. I apologize for my play. I'm not... I'm a big enough person to acknowledge that was not the optimal play. Okay, so now we basically just hang back. No, I'm gonna start spamming. Any order, or always yield. Not any order. Okay, they're doing something here. Fatal Push. Okay, so let's go ahead and spin the wheel again. Let's target here. Always yield. We can do one more time. Get one more trigger. Okay, another Plagon. Okay, and we get one more trigger. But we did lose our Nadu, but luckily we have another one. So I think we just play out the Tomio here because she can block. That is my instinct. And she can block a little more safely than, yeah, and we'll just try to get a second Tomio going. But we are going to take 5 here probably, which is not fun against the Bowmaster deck. We will waste them next turn to reduce the likelihood of them being able to draw into, yeah, that's fine. 6 through their turn for expedience. I don't have any interaction here. I'm totally tapped out. I've got no forces in hand. It's okay for my opponent to know that. Reanimate on our Nadu again. You're crazy. You're just going to give me another Nadu? Lava Spur Boots. Okay, you can do that. Actually, they can do it several times with Lava Spur Boots. It's 1 mana to activate. So they can they can use Nadu better than we can. Okay, they could easily find like a Bowmaster or something nasty here. Thoughtseize, they're going to take our Nadu. Again, none of this matters as long as they don't also waste our Caracas. If they waste our Caracas, we're in serious trouble. This has been a very interesting game. How did this... Oh, it has haste. Oh, are we just dead? Damn. All right, so we're going to... Unfortunately, we have to block here. I would like to keep this alive for next turn so I can draw and flip her. So I think what I do is I go boom, and then I'll just throw Plagon under the bus. Sorry, Plagon. And we don't have a lot of mana here to work with. So what we have to do... What's our last card? Or they have 2 cards. I was just getting another trigger. Yeah, that's annoying too. All right, but still don't have any creatures under there. Man, this has been like an ordeal of a match. Like just those tiny little punts. Okay, so let's talk about what we can do here. First of all, I'm not going to make the same mistake again. I'm going to go ahead and return Nadu to my hand. Thank you. You get an activation, but I get my Nadu back. Now, I think we just end this and then we waste them. Well, we just end this and we leave them with the Lava Spur Boots and then we Plagon. We can see what we draw off Plagon first. Yeah, let's Plagon. Oh, no. I have to attack first so I get my clue. It's a very minor thing, but I think it is important. And I don't think it's a very minor thing. It's a card. Every card matters in Legacy. So we're just trying to stabilize here, and then we can probably Nadu next turn. Plagon is going to be a pretty decent blocker. Actually, you know, it might make sense to just go ahead and end here, and then play out Nadu since he's a bigger blocker. Yeah, I'm going to play him out just because he's a better blocker. And I'll keep this back as a blocker as well. We can play this out and we can go ahead and waste just to reduce the likelihood of them ever being able to activate Ghost Vacuum, and then we can F6. Right? Man, this is tight. Way tighter than I feel like it should be. Yeah, what a weird game. You're making the game weird with your awesome deck. All right, they took the Bowmasters, so they did see the line. Like, if they have like a Dark Ritual and a Bowmasters, man, we are still in serious trouble. Another Urza Saga would also be an ordeal, but I think we can probably overpower that by this point. I could have also Pithing Needled ended the needle, but we're going to be able to buy back. Well, we probably won't ever actually be able to buy back anything because of Ghost Vacuum. Bowmasters just ends us if we go for Plague in here. My hope is that they do like a pre-combat Bowmasters to try to get more damage. I am glad I had that Wasteland. Like the two Wastelands were a recent addition. Oh no, they're going to crack the freaking Ghost Vacuum just to get a Bowmaster? No, maybe they're going to do something more interesting than that. Like, because they have 4 cards in hand. 2 back-to-back bangers against these incredibly grindy decks. Okay, Troll is, potentially death. Oh, what? Oh, it's death. It's death. Wow, Lava Spur Boots. Maybe I should have killed that. Wow, I did not expect that. Okay, so, they're using their graveyard. Grafdigger's Cage comes in. I didn't really see anything else to bring in. I don't want to cut any lands because they are a Wasteland deck, and Wasteland can go after the Saga. That's why Wasteland's in the deck. How good was Karakas there at saving us? Pretty damn good. I think if anything, we cut a Plagon because we're against a Bowmaster deck, and Plagon is not a great anti-Bowmaster card. I could bring in extra cages. Is that correct? I don't think it's necessary. I'll just bring in 1. And then if it becomes clear that they're like a very reanimatory deck, but like from what I could tell, they're kind of like a mono black midrange. They're not like a balls of the wall, but they are playing Dark Ritual. I think Daze is actually the card we cut. Because, yeah, I think I could cut that and maybe bring in a second cage. I'm going to do that. Just to give us a little... I don't think it's going to let me submit. Okay. I don't think we got the second cage in. Okay. So this is a halfling start. Tomio, lots of cantrips. There's a lot of risk here. But I'm going to keep on the strength of... Oh, my goodness. No, this is a risky hand because if they just open waste us, we're like really in trouble. Yeah, I'm going to keep it, though. I don't want to go down cards. I'll just go Trop into Halfling, and then we'll have potential Ponder. We even have Tomio flip next turn. Yeah, I need to be brave. One of the reasons I took the Forest out is so I don't make the punt of fetching Forest to play Halfling. I think that's never correct. It may come to look correct here, but you have to understand like the branching logic and stuff. Like just because, don't fall, victim to result-oriented thinking there. They didn't have the waste. Or at least they chose not to waste. Swamp. Fatal Push. Yep. Now, land? Not land. So the play here is, I think, to go ahead and brainstorm. Because if I hit something like a fetch, I want to put back this Wasteland. Oh, no. If they just waste us, we are out of the game. That is that. So we do want to draw this Halfling. Plow doesn't do anything right now, unfortunately. We'll probably just redraw it. I'll put the Halfling back just so that like their Thoughtseizes aren't very good. I don't know. And I'll just play that out. And it's obviously, it's like painfully obvious that I don't have a second colored source and that they should waste me here. Oh, thank goodness. I will waste Bowmasters. I'm not going to live in that world. Douthie. I have a plow for Douthie. I don't think we have the luxury of wasting this. I think what we need to do is we need to... I stacked it to where I draw the... Do I draw... No, I draw the halfling first. So there is risk reward here. I play out halfling. Then... but if I brainstorm, I could find a fetch, and I need that... yeah, I'm going to go ahead and brainstorm now. Again, this might look cowardly, but we need to max our looks for land. Land is... oh, that's good. That's a good land. And now we can plow if we need to. Put back halfling. I don't know if it's going to be a part of the game. It's not even that important. They don't have counter magic. Put back one of our Tamios. If they're like surgical, some opponents bring in surgical, that would be bad, needless to say. So now I've got plow up. I don't want to plow the Douthie. If they just go to combat, I might just plow it though to save the life, because they are an aggressive deck. And yeah, I don't want to like lose. Like I feel like I've taken too much damage recently. Last game was a perfect example. Like if I just had lots of life, it wouldn't have been a big deal. So I can force pitch Tamio here if necessary to stop a Bowmaster. Don't waste. Oh! I'm going to hit it with this trigger on the stack. I don't like this card. You cannot have that mana if you were going to play your Baragoyf. Okay. Troll cycle. That's fine. All right. So next turn is a reanimate. Well, I do have to force this because I don't have... yeah, I don't have the bandwidth to kill it. So if I waited, I could have prismatic ended, but and just taken the 3. I'm not sure. Like it's in hindsight, of course, I should have just waited and prismatic end, and then I would have had the plow too. But hindsight's 2020. I think we look for land. I don't think this is good enough. I'm going to shuffle this. This keeps us alive, but I want to play to win. Plagon's fine. It's not a land. Yeah, because like at any time, if they top deck a wasteland, we're out of the game. The game's over. Another Douthie. I'm going to end that. Troll is in their graveyard because of the force. So I would much rather have it be in exile. Spellbomb is fine. It doesn't really affect us, but it does grow Goyf. Yeah, mono black mid-range type deck. Land? Oh, yeah. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of this. Again, like respecting the fact that we could die at any moment. And now I'm going to go get a Tundra, and I'll just play out my Tamio, and we're like super naked. White is definitely the more important of the two colors, so I want to make sure I have double white here. They are 2 cards, but they can crack that spell bomb. Our graveyard doesn't matter, but it does help them when they have it in their yard. I'm worried about reanimate on Troll. That would be a way we could lose really quickly. Just cracking the spell bomb. This does reduce Baragoyf's size a little bit, maybe. They get to draw a card. They choose not. No, wait, they drew a card. Okay. Fatal push. Nothing I can do about that. They did tap out of... oh, okay. This is just land. And they already... undergrounds... oh, okay. More short. Wow, they're just shredding through their deck. If they keep, I'll be scared. It's a reanimate, isn't it? Thoughtseize. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, they weren't going to be able to cast it, and we wouldn't necessarily have anything, so I think that was a good dump. I'm going to keep the Caracas up. I'm so happy to be casting this around Bowmaster. Okay, kind of punish. Caracas being able to bounce back like pretty much every... oh, you know what? I'm going to do it. They have the push. Shielders Edict. That is okay. There's a 1-for-1. Or it's 2-for-1 technically. All right. It would have been great to be able to Tamio. Yeah, I'm just going to play Tamio and I'll pass. And I've got Tamio protection. All right. We're chilling, but we're chilling in a better position than they are. They're like a minute and a half ahead on clock, which may be consequential. This is super grindy. I love their deck, though. If I was willing to play mono black and just lose a lot to oops, maybe it's not that bad because they can play Leyline of the Void. All right, that is a great rip. Just keep drawing those, insulating us from death. All right, so I can go ahead and just do it now, draw the card to see what we get, because if it's a land, I want to play it. I will keep green up just in case. Yeah, I'll keep green up just in case. Yeah, and I'll just plow with the Bowmaster on the stack. Perfect. They didn't have it. Okay, so now we've got a surveil land as well. All right, and we're not going to flip her because our graveyard is probably not very useful here. Okay, this is good to know about. I'm going to surveil. Got to win 2 games in less than 10 minutes. So let's go ahead and try to get the Nadu combo going. Halfling is, I don't think we need it. Okay, Shaman En Kor. We're going to go in for a hug, and then we'll just deploy the Shaman. Actually, we'll draw the card first. And this Caracas is not getting tapped, ever. Like, this is to protect my Tamio, so I can continue to draw beaucoup de card. Beaucoup de carte. My French pronunciation is probably atrocious, by the way. Apologies to any francophones. It is not a language I prioritize learning. Yeah, my opponents said they got some lag. Now, maybe they're getting some more, but it's on their side. I mean, I have zero faith that we're going to be able to win if we go into like an F6 fest like last round, because my opponent has Troll Reanimate, which is a very potent way of ending the game. Okay, so we're in. Now, again, like if they Bowmaster, it's okay. I'm just going to Prismatic End the Bowmaster, and we're just going to keep playing lands. I do think it's fine to go ahead and play this out. I hope my opponent's not suffering too much from the lag, because this is a very interesting game, and I would love to get a trophy, but you know what I love even more than the trophies? Interesting games. Dark Rit. Oh no, is this a troll? Liliana of the Veil. Yeah, we'll Prismatic End that, but it's going to take one of our creatures. Let's, yeah, I'm going to sacrifice Shaman. You're too good for this world, my dear Shaman. Okay, no reason to shuffle here. Cage is legit. Let's drop it. And we can still attack. We can still off Tommy or off Liliana and yeah, keep our fists up. Keep our dukes up. Yeah, I am going to go ahead and get rid of her. I don't want to drop cards to her. Like, they built their deck with her in the deck. It's going to do more damage to me than it is to them discarding cards each turn. Yeah, and I don't have like just like a random card that I can draw that can get rid of her. Okay, 3 colors. Bye, Liliana. You 2-for-1 me. All right, and I can't get tempted to crack this clue here. We're going to have to fetch here. I'm not going to let them needle my land. Just grab a Tundra. We've got 2 green sources, so I feel comfortable doing that. And now the main way we lose is Hardcast Troll. Needle, probably naming Nomad En Kor. Caracas. Okay, well that's a good name. Now they can reanimate my creatures with Abandon. I'm just going to draw a card rather than plow this. I'll take the 3 and I'll decide what to do later. Because I might be able to find like a way to remove that and decrease the power. Don't Bowmaster me with one of your 2 remaining cards. No! All right. Oh, yeah, this is fine. Yeah, I was worried about Bowmaster, not that. Okay, we draw a land. We've got plenty of mana. Now we just need a combo. Okay, that's a good card. Yeah, I'm just going to play this out and we'll chill. We need to hurry. We have no protection whatsoever, but if they play like an artifact and they attack with both, then I can block and plow. Douthie probably needs to be killed. He's unblockable. Do they have good attacks? Bloodstainmire, okay. All right, you want to attack? Okay, so here's the deal. They don't have any cards. I could plow and then I could just kill the other one and leave Douthie on the table and take care of Douthie later, but they would get the plow. I think I just block one and I'll kill Douthie later. Yeah, I think that was an aggressive attack. I probably wouldn't have attacked there personally. I think it's fine to just go ahead and get rid of this. Be mana efficient. It's not. We are going to want to get rid of that. Go ahead and go in for a hug here. No, I'm just going to be conservative. There's no point in doing damage to them through the turn. Okay, they didn't have anything. We'll play that out and we'll F6, and we're just staring at each other. This favors them immensely because they're up a game. So I don't think we're going to get the trophy, but I'm having a blast. Thoughtseize is fine. They do some damage to themselves. They take a redundant card that we can't cast. They have 1 card in hand. Urza Saga off the top is just devastating if they find it. Bowmasters, of course, always a devastating card to face. Another one. Yeah, I'm not gonna legend roll them. I'll just pass. Yeah, I mean, they can just do this staring contest thing for a while. They probably have like Reanimate or something in hand. This Needle on Crocus is annoying because I could be not doing here. They may have the troll. Okay, can we get a Shaman En Kor? Daze, not the best draw. Actually, I could like daze a troll, which would be insane. Goyf is huge. I think we're going to lose to that Goyf. But I'm glad I took care. Like the Douthie would have done so much damage if I had been proactive. All right, Plagon, let's do it. This is where we start to shine. If my opponent has been holding a Bowmaster, they are about to be rewarded. They are. Wow. Okay. So we're going to see if we can win this game. There's no point in conceding. I'm going to do my best here. They ping. They've got so much power on the table. It's ridiculous. We have to find like a plow or a prismatic ending. Okay, we find a plow. So the plow is going to have to target the Nethergoyf here. And then we do have enough power on the table to avoid death. So let's go ahead and just plow the Nethergoyf now. And we can chill and we can start spamming next turn. Maybe it's worth spamming once. Let's just do it. Always yield. Looking for more plows, prismatic endings. Okay. Wow. They are so kind to like let me not have to do that. I don't think that we win. I think we win, but we don't have time to go deeper. So now Grafdigger's Cage, that is like 100% how we lose here. Is them reanimating a fatty, but Nethergoyf is also quite good. Daze comes out for sure. Daze is terrible here. Yeah, I'm still like learning about their deck. I'm not sure exactly how it works. I do know that Plagon is dangerous for us to cast, but like this removal, I'm so glad I've got such a heavy removal suite. I think Force probably is important here. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I think the card to cut, I mean, Plagon is pretty bad against Bowmaster, and we're going to be on the defensive the entire time. I think we cut him. Because if we can, not spam, that's way better of an end state than us having to draw a bunch of cards with Plagon. I'll keep Tamio. Maybe I shouldn't have. Yeah, I don't know. All right, we've got 6 minutes to there, 6 minutes. This is a snap keep, in my humble opinion. The double force seems strong. We just, we don't necessarily have to play on basics. I like having the wasteland to deal with. Okay. Please give me something that I can force to get some card advantage. Okay, this is fine. They're going to be able to take one. They're not going to be able to take both. Probably going to Douthie after this, or maybe Dark Ritual again. Maybe they're thinking, oh, I'll, Troll Cycle, Reanimate. But they're already down a card. We're going to go down a card when we force. Okay, they took the Shaman. Interesting. Well, we can most likely just deal with this. But they did spend 2 cards. I think I'm going to go ahead and just force this. Yeah, because that'll do a lot of damage over the next few turns. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go Island and be super conservative. Because I don't want to lose my access to blue here. Island, and then we're just going to ponder and try to land up land number 2. Okay, these are great cards, but this is not what we're looking for. I'm going to shuffle this. More of the same, really. Okay, Strand. We're rewarded for our Discipline Mole. And now that we have Prismatic Ending, we don't have to necessarily stop like a Douthie or something like that, but we do have to worry about Troll Reanimate. Wasteland. We can always waste our waste. That's a great card. I think it's worth... Yeah, I'm just going to play this out and pass. This shuts off a lot of their lines. And assuming they're not playing Opposition Agent, we're in a good place. If they do have Oppo Agent, it's a nightmare. And now they may actually... Okay, good. I think they're going to cast something. Okay, another Douthie. We're totally fine with that. I'm going to go ahead and get the plants here. So we don't put anything into the void. Not that it really matters, but yeah. Okay, and we'll just be very patient, and we're just going to try to continue to remove their paths to victory. I think this might be a turn where I go ahead and waste their waste to reduce their land. I'll be bummed if they rip a Saga, but I don't want to lose my Tundra here. They might Troll Cycle off this, which would be very embarrassing. Okay, good. So getting our mana under us. Please don't have Urza Saga. That would be just an absolute beating that I wasted. Right? They probably only play like 2 or 3. Reanimate on Douthy Voidwalker. That's fine. 4 minutes on the clock. Wait, what happened? Oh, because of freaking Grafdigger's Cage. I was like, okay, yeah. Now we got a window. Our Plagon's great. I don't need this second land. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go like this, and then I'm gonna play this, and now I've got Plow up, and I will just grab a Trop in the instep probably, or a Savannah maybe. No, a Trop. Okay, so they definitely could have Bowmasters here. I think if I wait and draw the land, that's actually good because then we have Bowmasters if they try to Bowmaster our Plagon. Okay, let's go get the Trop. I'm trying to play very quickly and deliberately here. I don't want to have to crack this fetch if I don't have to, but I will. If Bowmasters is the play, then they can look forward to a Plow. If Bowmasters is the play. I'm glad I made the disciplined patient play here. Oh, Shielder's Edict. Yeah, that's fine. We don't get anything from the trigger. That's actually really good timing on their part. Okay. 4 minutes on their clock to 5 minutes on mine. The onus is on me. I have to end this. Let's go get our Surveil. We are looking for Nadu or some creature that can beat face. That is not what we're looking for. Let's keep going. All right, Brainstorm. I have Plow if I need it. I think these are bad cards. Yeah, we're going to just play this out. I mean, I could have, I guess, played the land, but like I might need to Plow something this turn. I'm just going to F6 through my turn. Looks like they have removal. Yeah, we're going to be F6ing for a few turns here. F6. Next turn, we've got Wasteland, which we'll deal with. Saga is one of their few outs. Netherglyph is a pain, but again, we have one creature covered. Wasteland. So Karakas is probably the land they'd like to waste the most. I could have held that for a future Brainstorm. I don't think that's going to be a consequence, but it will be nice to have that in case they do draw. If they draw a Saga, they're definitely wasting first. So I probably should have held that. That was a misplay. 3 minutes on the clock to their 4. They actually probably have fewer win cons in their deck than we do now because of Grafdigger's Cage. They're cracking. Liliana. Oh, this is one of those good cards. They make us discard. Yeah, if I'd held the Wasteland, that would have definitely been the discard there. Well, you live and you learn. I don't know if they can afford to ultimate. Okay, we're just going to kill her. They got a 2-for-1 here. Well, technically they had to discard a card too, so. And they may not be as good if they're not used to playing exceptionally long. Oh, okay. Well, that's something we're going to have to find an answer for within the next 3 turns. That's fine. Again, I deeply regret not holding that. Let's play this. F6. Okay, we're going to take 4 here. Yeah, if we can find removal. I mean, they're like pretty spent, but we're even more spent because of that punt, discarding the Wasteland. I'm just going to hold this. There's no merit in playing it out, just in case they have another Liliana. Yeah, man, like, just can you imagine the situation we'd be in if I just held the Wasteland instead of playing it out for 0 value? Swamp Cycle, this is fine. This doesn't affect anything. They can't get it back. Underground Mortuary, digging for value. They can easily win in the amount of time they have. I cannot easily win in the amount of time I have, even though they're like slightly lower than time. Okay, this is dire. We've got one more draw. And there are lots of things that we could draw that get us there, but they also could have like a Bowmasters or another threat. They will not be able to bring back their Netherglyph, so if I can get rid of it one time, that should suffice. I will just chump several consecutive turns if I start drawing like Shaman En Kors and stuff like that. All right, good games. Well played, opponent. You are an awesome opponent, and I really enjoyed, Unsar. Yeah, GG's. Okay, so let's go to the final round. We are 3-1 after losing. I don't know that I would have won that had I held the Wasteland and discarded that to Liliana. It just didn't even occur to me, but I'd seen Liliana earlier, and I was just playing like without thinking too much because I was like worried about time. So pro tip from a guy who plays way too slow. If you play fast, you have lots of time to think later in the game, and you don't have to do punts like that. Anyway, I hope you forgive me of that punt, but I want to note every single punt or suboptimal play I make because I want to be able to like call back to that. Like, remember that time when Liliana was one of the potential cards and you didn't hold it? Yeah, you got punished, didn't you? And in Eternal Weekend, for example, one situation where I got punished in the semifinal or the quarterfinals, which was the final round. After that, everybody split. They didn't want to split in quarters, but they split, and so I would have won like $350 instead of $100. That's like a pretty big difference, right? So that this punt cost me $250, so I'm not going to forget it. My opponent was on Blue-Black Reanimator, and they went ahead and they played a they consigned my cage, and they did everything. We're late in the game, and I have a Caracas out, and my opponent reanimates their Atraxa. They get all the cards, and then I didn't think about how many cards were in their hand, but I was just like, well, I might as well tap my Caracas now to get it out, so I have access to Caracas next turn. And then they're like, okay, well, I'll discard the hand size. And I was like, what? Oh, because they like played the cards that were revealed. They were playing revealed, which was nice of them. But I forgot that they also had like 4 more cards in their hand. So yeah, it was a pretty embarrassing punt. And it not necessarily cost me the game, but like cost me a turn. I could have had an extra turn without them attracting where I could have done something. All right, let's take a look at what Big D is playing. Most recently on this list, which is a pretty standard Dreadnought list. Yeah, I don't think it's a terrible matchup. I'm mulligan this hand that doesn't do anything. Well, if they're playing Stifle, I might actually keep this. There's no world in which this is correct. I'm going to mulligan this. Punished! Not really. We can still play on basics. I'll feel like a fool if I pitch like either of these blue cards. I think what we do is we put back a Plow. And I'm just going to start with the Strand. All right, so they could have Stifle. If I wait and I fetch during my next turn, I don't have to worry about stuff because I have daze. They could daze back. Actually, no, they can't daze back if I just keep the Tundra up. I think the correct thing to do is just play out lands and wait and try to amass lands and cards over the next few turns. If I get like a Tamio going, that'll be good. Okay, just drawing more removal. I'm glad I put the Plow on bottom. I am definitely going to, if they waste here, I'm definitely going to try to fetch to bait out like a Stifle. And then I can daze. Oh. Okay, yeah, they are wasting, so I'm going to go ahead and attempt to do this. Okay, and they didn't go for it. So we're just going to get a archive here. Trying to line up our next land. That won't do it. I'm going to float. I seriously doubt it matters. All right, and we could just get wasted out of the game. It's definitely something that we could do. We could have fetched a basic. My opponent said, need a win. I'm currently 4-0. Sorry, XD. When you say sorry, XD, you're not really saying sorry. Okay, they're grabbing their Meticulous Archive. Yeah, it was like that the other day. And I got crushed in the final round. The pressure's off now because like I lost the previous round. All right, that's a good card. We'll just chill. I am afraid that they rip another waste for sure. I think the correct thing to do in this specific situation is to go ahead and daze with this because I would like to get another Surveil considering I'm in Dirtle mode. We stop that. That's an important card to stop with our one of daze. Now our opponent probably thinks we're on Stiflenought as well, but they saw the halfling, so they know we're not. It's just like, yeah, they probably think we're on breakfast. Okay, that's great. Now I've got the combo. I just need land. I think this is above average draw. We're likely to have at least one land next turn to cast it. I'm going to keep it because that'll dig for land more aggressively than just Doorkeeper Troll. Oh, man. I think we do have to... I think we Plow instep. Yeah, I think I Plow here, and if they daze, I can force. We don't want to risk them putting out Null Drifter. We don't care about the Dreadnoughts. Yeah, I'm worried about Null Drifter, so I'm going to go ahead and Plow here. And they'll probably have a daze. But it's better that they're brainstorming here. This means that they don't have a daze. Do I want to pitch Nadu here to stop their brainstorm? They may have a force. Am I crazy? I just want this thing dead. Yeah, I don't want this on the table. I'm going to pitch Nadu. I know that might seem totally crazy, but I'm like, I think it's much more likely that we die here than that they win. Yeah, okay. So we did kill that. And that was a painful play, but we don't have the land anyway. We're drawing Ponder so we can dig for more stuff. Okay, so this would have been Null Drifter. So we were 100% correct to do what we did because Null Drifter would have come in. We don't have an answer to Null Drifter, unfortunately. If they can't evoke it. That would have been death for us if we hadn't forced there. Like, I mean, we might maybe be able to force and get in it there, but or plowed with it on the stack. But like, yeah, I don't like to take chances. Their deck is super squirrely. Okay, so we do have the land. It's not the land we need. These prismatic endings, we can shuffle away one of them. I think I take the island here and then I just wait for a turn. We do have the option of going ahead and playing out Shaman En Kor. I think it's fine. We're not doing anything. And mana is at a premium. I don't think they're going to daze this. They might plow it. It's not a big deal. That's fine. And you might say like, well, isn't that an important combo piece? Why'd you just throw that away? I don't think like comboing immediately is our main concern. I think the main concern is just surviving, a bunch of dreadnoughts. And yeah, like I think we're much more likely to win off of like getting a bunch of tiny creatures into play and drawing a ton of cards off of a Plagon than we are assembling the combo. Especially when we don't have green mana. And I think it's likely they waste. Yeah, there we go. They're likely to keep wasting us. So now we're even further from being able to use Nadu. And I feel very vindicated in pitching Nadu, by the way. I'm going to keep this up. Yeah, I'm going to keep blue up. Okay, this is fine. I don't really want the Shaman En Kor. Like I said, I'm much more interested in finding a Plagon. But I'd like to find a Tamio too. We'll see what happens. I'm going to play this out though. So we have access to white or we have access to green if we need it. They may have like an instep dress down or another doorkeeper throll. Okay. So stopping dress down and stopping doorkeeper throll so far have been very good for us. Taking a turn to draw the shaman is fine. I don't want to draw that other card, the third prismatic ending though. I think I'm going to go ahead and play this out. Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fetch first because I definitely don't want to draw that card. If they're going to stifle me, I want to know about it. Okay, they are going to probably stifle me or dress down or something. Okay, there's a stifle, so that's good to know about. And now we're going to be drawing yet another prismatic ending. I think it's fine to just play this out. They use a daze. They may daze again. They may hold daze for something later. They're on like the full tempo. By the way, their version of the deck is terrible against like Eldrazi and Moonstomping and stuff like that. Stifle's not a good card right now, but it is really good against blue decks like us. Okay. They are somewhat flooded now, but like eventually they can start hardcasting Null Drifter, which is terrifying. So we're drawing a bad card here. 3 of a kind if they thought sees this with their blue-white deck. All right, we're coming in. I'm just trying to be efficient with clock. F6 through their turn. That will tell them that I don't have interaction, but I don't think I'm going to win this game anyway. Nadu never would have mattered, unfortunately. If they can stifle this, I'll just concede. Because there's no way that we're going to outdraw this. Well, I mean, we could rip a plow, but what does that mean? Like, we went down 2 cards. That's a nightmare. Okay. So, this is a pretty unfavorable matchup in my humble opinion. But I can tell you that Consign is pretty good against them because it stops their big creatures. I think we bring these in. I also think it's important for us to... I mean, I want to keep the prismatic ending. I don't want to die is the thing. All these other cards are great though. Prismatic ending is less good. It really just, it hits Tamio, which they're most likely playing. Consign is a conservative play. We could just keep the deck as is. They've seen the daze. I don't think I'm going to keep daze in. So maybe I take out a daze and I bring in a Consign. I'm trying to find other cuts, but I don't see them. Yeah, I don't really want to go down on prismatic endings, even though it's like a defensive play. Just because prismatic ending deals with Tamio, it deals with doorkeeper throll, and it deals with the dreadnought itself if it gets loose. All right, my opponent said, like your content. This is a great hand. Yeah, I think this is fine. So I'm going to try to get the Shaman En Kor out. I think I'm just going to leave a bunch of uncracked fetches in for the first few turns. My reasoning being that we want to keep up their mana and make them get into a defensive posture. Okay, so yeah, this is fine. I'm not going to play into days. I'm just going to be super patient because I think that they are doing something here. We have plenty of time, but we may not have time later. This is just one of those types of matchups that goes to time a lot. Okay, another plow is fine. I feel pretty confident they do have a Stifle, and I don't want to like get Stifle and wasted. They're not doing anything. This favors us, I think, because we're drawing to a combo. There's Nadu. So I think what we do is we go ahead and we go for Shaman this turn. And I'm just going to go for it with basics. Okay, there's the Stifle. They may have another Stifle in hand, which is reason to wait another turn. Yeah, I'm just going to wait. Sometimes you get like oops all Stifles type opponents. They can bunch up, and that's very bad for us. I think this is a dig for a Surveil here. Let's see if they Stifle. They do. Well, no, they Brainstorm. Okay, they're fetching. Stifle. Okay, they did have the Stifle. All right. Okay, so I think now maybe we just... I'm going to attempt to crack. I would like to get this Shaman En Kor on the table, but I'm deathly afraid that my opponent has more Stifles. I think this has to be for a Plains. This is the least important of these. Okay. And the other one can be for an island. And then, gosh, they could daze this. They could absolutely daze this. So we made our land drop for the turn. We could line up more. I think I'm going to ponder and see if I can line up yet another land. Ah, yeah, that's great. Yeah, and now we have, I don't really need the plow, but the backup shaman is great. So I can wait a turn and I can get Caracas out, and then I can deploy the shaman. And we're just going to be super patient here. We don't have counter magic, but we do have plows. So if they do like a doorkeeper throw, I'll just plow it. Okay, they're not. They're surveilling. This is really intense, by the way. This is like the legacy I love. Not the oops all spells like did you draw enough forces type legacy, but like this kind of like really fun interactive. Okay, so we have backup shaman. I think we just see what happens with the Crocus bounce. And then we can always plow. Yeah, I'm going to do that. And then if they want to brainstorm, I can just plow. Okay, that is clean. Let's go ahead and go for this. And if this gets plowed, it's not a big deal because we have a backup one. And now we can even see if we need more forces from this turn. Dress down. Unfortunately, they are going to get some value here if they have it. So we just have to let it go. This is bad. So if they play like 3 Dreadnoughts, we have that covered. Okay. They have a lot of mana. Dreadnought. Okay. Dreadnought. Okay. Okay. There's 2 Dreadnoughts. So I will draw this plow just as a precaution. I'm going to start by just making sure these resolve. Okay. And now I think it's fine to just plow again. Make sure it resolves. And then we can just, I guess, attack for 1. It doesn't really matter. And we have the ability to fetch and go get a trop next turn. I don't want to risk playing Nadu out into daze. Okay, that's fine. So they're going to potentially have, the Null Drifter, but we will have a plow that will hopefully connect. But we might be able to race Null Drifter. Dreadnought, okay. It's going to take us a long time to beat them on clock. This is what I was worried about. We can't do anything about this. So now we have 2 things we have to plow, which sucks. We might be able to draw to it, but man, they have 5 freaking cards in their hand. They're in like such a dominant position. Okay, so I think this is a window where we want to just go ahead and get the Dreadnought off the table. So I'm going to go get Savannah. They have a Stifle. Unreal. Okay, well, yeah. We're only going to be able to kill one of these, and I think we probably have to kill the Null Drifter because we are drawing to Prismatic Endings. Gosh, such a beating. Wow, they just had our number. They absolutely had our number here. Plagon doesn't do it. I don't see a world where us sacrificing permanents where we can catch back up. So here's my instinct. We're dead on board if they attack. We could Plagon. We could potentially draw into we need a land too. I think we have to hit the Null Drifter. Gosh, so brutal. Because if we start losing lands, then all is lost. No, if we hit the Dreadnought, then we can drop one of our shamans and still potentially dig out. But we've used 3 of our freaking plows, and we don't have anything to deal with this. Yeah, I'm going to take the chance. I'm going to shoot my shot. Okay. Yeah, we're just absolutely demolished this game. Okay. So they're going to hit us for 12, and we have a very narrow window to find what we need. Plagon will draw cards. I'm not going to throw anything in front of this. Okay, that's fine. They still have gas. All right, so we're going to take 12. And if they have a daze, they've used 0 dazes. They likely have a daze here. Brainstorm. Let's just find a force. I'm not worried about Tamio. That's the least of my problems. But they can start regrowing like stifles and stuff. Yeah. All right. I'm feeling super duper dead. Ponder. They're just looking for any sort of counter magic to lock up the game. So Plagon gets stifled. Plagon gets dazed. We don't even get the cards. Best thing we could draw right now is Prismatic Ending and them not have a force through some crazy sequence. What is this? They've got something else they're doing. Prismatic Ending. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Well, they don't have a lot of cards. This is a plow. Oh, wow. They're not even going to use... Okay. So, runner, Prismatic Endings. This physically can't draw us an answer. I'll just see what we were going to draw. Yeah, there's no way. GG's, congratulations on your trophy. I will concede you have utterly bested me with your many, many stifles. I don't mind losing that way. It's a lot more fun to lose to like that than it is to lose to like Blue-Black Reanimator for the nth time. Let's go take a look at the list. So the list felt great. I didn't really... I mean, there were lots of situations where we were able to like just get people to concede with Shaman En Kor where it was like clear that we were going to win. Whereas with Shuko, it's not as clear cut that you're going to win. Plagon was amazing. Every time we drew him, we were actually playing all 4 of them, and we're playing all 4 Tommy, just maxing out on Plagon interaction. Our mana was an issue in matchups where they had like more than the usual 4 wasteland, like that last matchup where they had forced daze, or they had daze, wasteland, and stifle. But on a whole, I thought it was really fun. So I would recommend this. I don't think there are any changes I'd make to the sideboard. I think it was just like a matter of one game. Losing to the black deck was interesting. And again, I think it was down to not discarding the ponder and not having an answer like a plow. I think we could have potentially pulled back into it, even though we didn't have a ton of time. So I'm going to keep playing this version for now, just to see if it's as good as the Stoneblade version that I top 8'd the 2K with. And until next time, be excellent to each other and party on.